Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a patient given a terminal diagnosis who then defies all medical expectations, making an astonishing recovery. What if their path to healing involved more than just conventional medicine? Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really extraordinary case study from Thailand. It kind of blurs the lines between modern medical science, ancient spiritual practices, and the profound laws of karma. This isn't just a story. It's like a window into a specific cultural and spiritual tradition, and it offers some unique perspectives on health and destiny.
Yeah, and our deep dive is drawn from this fascinating audio recording. It's a Dharma talk and a Q&A session.
Right.
And you hear this highly respected doctor sharing his personal account, and the spiritual insights that relate to his patient's remarkable journey. It's quite a compelling look
Yeah.
at the practical application of spiritual wisdom in a medical setting.
So our mission today, we want to explore how spiritual understanding might profoundly influence physical health and, life's trajectory, revealing some surprising insights into life, death, and healing tailored specifically for you, the learner. What we'll uncover, I think, goes beyond the ordinary. We begin in Chiang Mai, Thailand, with a physician who was really revered by his patients, often called a super good doctor. That's Deco Ko in Thai,
Ooh.
a truly skilled surgeon. Interestingly, the source even opens with a note about an unusual flood in Chiang Mai, a city usually well above sea level. It sort of subtly hints at wider ecological changes, maybe from deforestation, impacting water retention. But beyond his medical skill, this surgeon is deeply engaged with spiritual teachings.
And what's particularly insightful here is how the doctor consciously integrates spiritual wisdom into his practice. He doesn't just treat symptoms, he actively draws on these case studies from Dharma teachings.
Right, like examples.
Exactly. To explain the deeper, often karmic root causes of diseases to his patients. This approach helps them understand the reality of life and even the body itself as a resort for diseases.
Wow.
And this understanding, it doesn't lead to despair. Instead, it helps to significantly reduce their mental suffering.
Our central patient in the story is a woman. She initially battled breast cancer, which led to a mastectomy.
Yeah.
5 years later, the cancer metastasized. It spread aggressively to both of her lungs, causing a severe fluid buildup. Her prognosis was dire, a terminal diagnosis.
Yeah.
And what's more, she had delayed seeking treatment for 9 months after her initial referral, just paralyzed by fear.
Yeah, that initial fear and delay, unfortunately, that's such a universal human struggle when facing serious illness. But what's significant here is that despite the advanced stage of her cancer, the doctor's initial assessment, and this is key, combining his professional medical knowledge with his understanding of the laws of karma, indicated that her condition was, surprisingly, still treatable. This unique blend of the medical and the spiritual guided his approach right from the start.
So the doctor began with conventional treatment, 6 months of chemotherapy.
Okay, the standard route first.
Right. And while this brought some initial improvement, the patient remained severely weak, anemic, and needed regular blood transfusions, supplements. She could barely walk, just clinging to life.
Right, and here's where the narrative takes a really pivotal turn. The doctor, being incredibly direct, very honest, delivered a prognosis that, the source describes it as being according to academic principles.
The meaning?
Meaning, he said, the doctor cannot cure you completely, you have little time left. But this wasn't just a final pronouncement of fate. No, instead it was like a doorway, a crucial opening to an entirely different path.
Indeed. What followed was this extraordinary, unconventional prescription. I mean, unlike anything you'd hear in a typical hospital. He told her, "You must make a lot of merit. From Attico, observe the precepts well, and ideally keep 8 precepts, and meditate every day." This wasn't just a suggestion. It was an urgent call for her to sincerely commit to these spiritual practices and dedicate any merit she gained to her highest spiritual aspirations. He was basically saying her physical healing now depended on a spiritual foundation.
That raises a really important question then. What exactly did the doctor see his role as, delivering that kind of prescription? Well, he saw himself, and this is a key insight from the source, as being like, Bodhisattva.
An enlightened being who helps others.
Exactly. Someone who compassionately delays their own final enlightenment to help others. In this context, it meant delaying death, alleviating suffering, and extending the patient's chance to accumulate more merit. He was also acting as a devaduta, or a divine messenger.
A divine messenger.
Yeah, guiding the patient on how to prepare her, keeping it clear by not worrying about the illness, resting, and taking refuge in the triple gem. The patient's job, he explained, was to keep her mind pure, understanding that the body isn't truly ours, it's just borrowed.
Just borrowed. Wow. Remarkably, the patient listened. She promised to follow all the doctor's recommendations.
Okay.
However, there was a common misunderstanding at first. She initially thought meditation just meant chanting Kanao and Kalayalan. She came back to the hospital, still very unwell, but with this new commitment.
Ah, right. And that distinction is vital in this tradition. Chanting is certainly a foundational step, kind of a preliminary level of concentration.
Like warming up?
Exactly, like walking in shallow water. It can bring temporary joy and focus. But true meditation, the kind prescribed here, goes much, much deeper. It involves cultivating this profound, sustained inner stillness and focused visualization, moving beyond just words to a direct internalized experience.
And the doctor's dedication was, well, truly evident. He didn't just give advice, he offered to teach her personally.
He did.
Yeah. That very night, he played a meditation CD one. He'd actually edited himself for his own practice and meditated with her for a full hour.
Wow. In the hospital.
Yeah. This was a doctor not just treating a body, but really acting as a companion on her spiritual journey.
And what's fascinating here is the immediate impact. The source says she sat incredibly still, found deep enjoyment in it, and actually wanted to continue.
Amazing.
The next morning, her face was described as radiant, l'élude, completely transformed, full of peace and vitality compared to the day before.
Just from one session.
Apparently so. Recognizing this profound shift, the doctor then gave her the meditation CD to continue her practice at home.
Her progress from that point was just rapid and profound. In later visits, she reported seeing an inner Buddha image. Oh, God. Initially, she perceived it outside her body. Then, with more guidance from the doctor, he instructed her to invite this inner Buddha to reside at the center of her body. It appeared inside her. Inside. She even saw a clear, white, youthful, beautiful version of herself meditating within her body, almost like seeing her true, purified self.
This rapid internal experience is highly significant according to the source. It suggests that her past karmic imprints is the term used from previous meditation attempts.
From the past.
Yeah, even from a past life where she apparently became discouraged and disrobed from monkhood, those imprints were now ripening. This critical illness created the fertile ground, you could say, for those past seeds of merit to manifest, powerfully accelerating her progress right when she needed it most, allowing her to connect with that inner Buddha.
The story continues with just a series of remarkable, medically inexplicable events that unfolded next. First, there was the visionary nun. One day, the patient recounted this dream she had. A deceased acquaintance invited her to join them in the afterlife.
Oh, wow.
But just as she was about to go, a Mechi Arikan's a nun in the Thai tradition appeared, grasped her wrist, and told her, "It's not time yet." The doctor, intrigued, showed her a book of pictures, and she immediately identified the Meiji as the Venerable Grandma Kampan, a very highly revered spiritual master in Thailand.
So a recognized figure appeared in her dream.
Exactly. Then, in November 2004, just before the annual Kathina Gariko, the robe offering ceremony.
Right, an important time.
Yes. The patient was hospitalized again, suffering seizures. The doctor suspected brain metastases. Her condition was critical. The doctor, knowing her spiritual commitment, urged her to make merit for the upcoming Kathina. But recognizing her dire state, her family decided to take her home. They believed it was time for her to, die peacefully.
They thought this was the end.
They did. But here's where the narrative takes this just astonishing turn. After the doctor returned to the temple to complete the Kathina ceremony, he called to check on her, fully expecting to hear that she had passed.
Yeah.
To his astonishment, she was still alive. And she could speak.
What?
Yeah. A month later, another call revealed something even more incredible. She was even stronger, completely defying all the medical predictions. And she was working in her backyard.
Working in her backyard after being sent home to die.
It truly defied all medical logic.
Wow. Both amazed and, well, understandably skeptical. The doctor asked her to come back to the hospital for a checkup. X-rays confirmed that her cancer was frozen. That's the term used. And Like it was freeze-dried, not growing. And critically, there was no fluid in her lungs.
Incredible.
Her blood count had returned to normal. She could walk independently, no longer needing a wheelchair. Just a dramatic improvement from her previous state. The source attributes these events directly to the immense, immeasurable power of the triple gem. Buddhanaphab, the Buddha's power, the Manaphab, the Dharma's power, and Sanganifab, the Sangha's power.
So real power.
Yes, the doctor recognized that the patient's body had been transformed and healed by the inner Buddha, the Fendampu that she cultivated. This power, as described, isn't symbolic. It's seen as a tangible spiritual force that can influence physical reality.
And the patient herself discovered this profound truth. When her mind was focused on that inner Buddha image, she felt no pain.
No pain at all.
But when her mind strayed from it, the severe pain returned bayat. So this plugging in, you could say, to the inner Buddha brought instant relief. A clear, consistent connection between her inner state and her physical experience.
Yeah, and that's a direct testament that the triple gem in this tradition truly serves as a refuge, a source of recollection. The other profoundly alleviating suffering. And what's even more fascinating is that the inner Buddha image apparently communicated with her.
It spoke to her.
Not with words, but through pure intention, a direct mental connection. And it echoed the doctor's advice. Don't worry about death. We've died countless times. We are born to accumulate merit. Meditate more and you will find many good things.
Wow. The patient's journey is just incredible. And it makes me wonder about the guide behind it all, the doctor. The source also delves into his equally extraordinary life. It kind of reveals how his own experiences shaped his unique approach. What can we learn from his path?
Well, as a child, his mother often took him to a spirit medium by Balitathon.
Okay.
And the medium accurately predicted his siblings' exam success. And notably, that his brother would become a dentist, citing not enough merit for a doctor.
Oh, interesting.
But then the medium pointed directly at him, saying he did have the merit to become a doctor. The medium also predicted a specific year of failure in exams for him, which astonishingly came true during high school.
It came true, yeah. But this challenge, it wasn't a setback. It actually fueled his determination to succeed on his own merits.
It's fascinating how the source interprets the accuracy of these predictions, though. It wasn't attributed to the medium's inherent psychic power.
No.
No. Rather, it was explained that the strong belief of those consulting the medium made their minds align with and strive to fulfill those predictions.
Ah, like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Kind of, yeah. A psychological phenomenon within that spiritual framework.
Yeah.
Demonstrating the power of deeply held belief and intention.
He also recounted 2 alarming near-death encounters from his younger years.
Really?
Yeah. While studying for university entrance exams, he felt paralyzed one night and heard this frightening voice calling his name, saying, "Your merit is exhausted. Come with me." He resisted and managed to escape. This happened for 3 consecutive nights, the third being the most intense.
3 nights in a row. Terrifying.
And later, as a medical student, he nearly drowned in the Meitang Dam. Again, feeling some presence asking why he was leaving so soon. Miraculously, a long bamboo pole appeared out of nowhere, allowing him to save himself.
The bamboo pole just appeared.
That's the account.
Okay. And the explanation for these harrowing experiences, it's quite insightful and surprisingly humble.
Yeah.
They were attributed to small karma from a past life, specifically pouring water on ants.
Pouring water on ants. That caused near-death experiences.
According to this view, yes. It demonstrates that even seemingly minor negative actions can manifest as frightening or near-fatal encounters. However, these karmic debts weren't enough to end his life because his accumulated merit was still strong. It acted as a protective force.
Wow.
It's a reminder of how subtle and, well, far-reaching these karmic threads can be perceived to be.
These personal accounts, the patients and the doctors, they really illustrate how deep-seated karma can shape individual lives. But the source takes it further, exploring how these karmic threads weave through various other sufferings and choices, even within the doctor's family. Let's delve into some of those broader karmic roots discussed. So, for the patient's cancer, the primary cause mentioned was past life karma. From being a monk who disrobed, engaged in promiscuity kamafinani, and killed animals for food. Yet her past attempts at meditation, even though they didn't seem to yield results back then, created the karmic potential a Yavkani had ripened when she was gravely ill. That allowed her to see the inner Buddha.
And that's a crucial point. Karma isn't just about punishment in this view, it's also about potential. Even past efforts that seemed unsuccessful can lie dormant and then powerfully manifest when conditions are right, offering a path to, well, redemption and healing in a critical moment.
Then there were the doctor's parents' chronic headaches. Both his father and adoptive mother suffered from them.
This was attributed to karma from killing animals for food, specifically smashing fish heads. His father also had alcohol karma, leading to stress and psychiatric visits.
So the source here highlights a very direct cause and effect relationship in karma. The specific action, smashing fish heads, is linked to headaches.
That's specific.
Yeah, demonstrating the specificity with which karmic consequences can supposedly manifest in the body, even across lifetimes. And the alcohol karma shows how actions affecting one's mind in this life might echo in future mental states.
The doctor's biological mother suffered from back pain. A slipped disc? Her karma was tied to overworking animals in a past life as a farmer.
So this specific account emphasizes that mistreatment isn't just about killing. Overburdening or causing suffering to animals, even those used for labor, can lead to physical ailments in one's own body in future lives, particularly in the areas related to the stress caused to the animals.
And his uncle Agu, a fish vendor, he died suddenly from heart failure at 48 with no prior illness.
Oh, wow. Sudden death.
Yeah, attributed to raising animals for slaughter and selling fish. However, because of past public service, he went to a lower level Deva realm 4 years and died peacefully. He didn't go to a lower realm of suffering.
So mixed karma.
Exactly. He received the merit dedicated to him by the doctor, which improved his state, but he still lacked a specific abode, apparently. The doctor advised continuing to dedicate merit for him.
What's insightful there is a multi-layered nature of karma. The primary action led to a sudden death, but his positive karma softened the outcome, leading to a peaceful passing and a higher rebirth.
Right.
But it also shows that even in a higher realm, there can still be a lack of stability, highlighting the ongoing importance, in this view, of accumulating merit even after death through the dedication of others.
The source also addresses an important ethical consideration in medical practice, abortion. What does the source say about the karmic implications there?
Well, according to the source, and we're just reporting its perspective here, abortion, regardless of the circumstances, always generates negative karma. Always, in this view. The severity, however, depends significantly on the intent, the kamera. Doing it lightly for fun or convenience leads to much heavier karma. If it's a medical decision due to severe fetal abnormality, the karma is considered lighter, but still results in a short lifespan in future lives for the individual involved, or the aborted individual experiencing a similar fate later. For those in professions like obstetrics who face such decisions, the advice given in the source is to accumulate abundant merit, especially through donating to medicine funds or supporting ordination to try and mitigate these karmic effects.
And what about hospital spirits? Given the nature of hospitals, does the source address whether spirits linger there?
Yes, it does. It explains that some spirits do linger, papa, where they died, while others move on according to their individual karma. The effectiveness of the doctor's meditation and dedication of merit as a way of helping them move on.
Depends on them.
Exactly. It depends on their own karma and their receptivity. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Some are ready to receive the merit, some aren't, based on their past actions.
Okay. And finally, let's touch on the doctor's own family and their deeper karmic ties within this spiritual framework.
Right. The doctor, his wife, and 2 daughters were described as having storage troop merit con war with the spiritual community, the war.
Storage troop merit.
Yeah, it's a unique concept. It suggests a deep, accumulated spiritual capital, almost like provisions for a long spiritual journey built up through past good deeds and association with a particular spiritual community. And the doctor himself has a monk ordination blueprint painted to come about. This indicates a profound karmic predisposition towards monastic life. It suggests he's ordained for various lengths of time in past lives.
So his current path
is seen as a continuation of this long-standing spiritual calling.
What a journey we've taken through this material. So as we bring this deep dive to a close, what does this all mean for us? What are the takeaways?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this deep dive offers a really profound perspective on the intricate interplay between karma, spiritual practice, and physical health. The patient's extraordinary recovery highlights the immense potential, in this view, for inner cultivation to influence even severe physical conditions, demonstrating Buddhanafab, the Buddha's power as a potentially profound source of healing and protection.
And the doctor's journey, from those childhood predictions to the near-death experiences and his unique medical approach, it exemplifies the ideal of a compassionate healer. Guiding patients not just physically but spiritually.
Right.
His story powerfully shows us how deep-seated karmic imprints might shape our paths and how our current actions can influence future outcomes in really profound ways.
And the various karmic accounts we explored, from cancer to headaches, sudden death, the ethical dilemmas in medicine, they serve as a potent reminder within this framework that every action, big or small, is believed to have consequences.
Yeah.
But equally, they demonstrate that consistent merit-making, sunkar, and good deeds can potentially mitigate negative outcomes and enhance positive ones, offering a tangible path, perhaps, to navigate life's challenges.
What stands out to you here? For me, it's just a reminder that true understanding often requires looking beyond the obvious surface level, considering unseen forces, perhaps, and recognizing the profound power of our own intentions and spiritual cultivation. This deep dive into the super good doctor and his patient's journey, it's really taken us far beyond conventional understanding, hasn't it? It truly makes you think about the possibilities.
Indeed. It reminds us that physical healing can, perhaps, intricately intertwine with spiritual awakening, and that understanding these profound laws of cause and effect, of karma, might just be the most potent prescription of all, at least in some traditions.
So what does this all mean for you? Consider the implications of your own intentions, the power of inner focus, and maybe the ripple effects of every action you take. How might this story change the way you view health, healing, and even life itself? Perhaps the most powerful medicine truly lies within, waiting to be discovered, cultivated, and directed by your own will.